Stories of children raised by animals have been part of our culture for centuries. Perhaps the most famous example is the ancient myth of Romulus and Remus, the legendary founders of Rome. These twin infants were the progeny of Mars, the god of war, and a beautiful priestess who was supposed to be a Vestal virgin. When his sin was discovered, the local king ordered her newborns killed. But luckily, a servant took pity on them and instead sent the infants downriver, where a she-wolf rescued them and took them home to raise. Evidently, this wolf did a great job because the boys went on to found one of the greatest cities in the history of man.
Out of the jungle comes Tarzan.
But it's perhaps in literature and film that the concept of feral children has really caught fire. Based on the 1912 novel by Edgar Rice Burroughs, Tarzan of the Apes has transcended time to become one of the world's best-loved cinematic icons. Children for generations have dreamed of living in the jungle and swinging through the trees with the apes. For centuries, people had been debating the question of man's place in the natural world, essentially what it means to be human. For many, religion defined mankind as created in God's image, which put us well above the beasts of the land. But then science threw a monkey wrench into the works, when Charles Darwin claimed that we'd evolved from common ancestors shared with apes. This raised some very disturbing questions. Was man in fact nothing more than a smart animal? If the influences of society and education were removed, would a human still be a human? Raise a boy in the jungle away from all human contact, and would he become a man or a beast?
Some scientists believe that to study human nature, you had to somehow peel everything that had been added by society, by education, and get to the core, get to the natural man. How could you do that?
The simplest way to do this would be to take a child, deprive it of any human contact, and see how it develops. But of course, this would be illegal, never mind unconscionable.